Guys, sorry about that, but you guys know what? Chores are calling. So yeah, make sure that you guys always do your chores. But anyways, you guys. So as I was saying, I was going to start to fix up this brow right here because as you guys can see, it has a pointy part, and we don't want a pointy part. Okay, so we are going to start fixing it. So let me just get right here. And sorry guys, I might not be talking right now because I am trying to focus and I am trying to get like that nice brow look and to be able to show you guys what to do. And yeah, so sorry guys. So I might be quiet for like a moment or so. But yeah, so basically as you guys can now see, that nice pointy part is finally gone. So I will just be kind of just helping out my brow, just shaping itself. Alright, you guys. Okay, so we got finally our brow. So as you guys can see, I do have tons of product on the bottom part of my lid, but it's okay though, because then again we will be doing our foundation and everything, so our foundation is going to cover it. So again, we are going to do the same thing to the other brow. Sorry guys, I'm so weird, and it is my first video, so I don't even know how to yeah, never mind. Let's just continue. Okay. So we are again just going to carve out the space. So yes. So again, light strokes to when you are applying your concealer for your brows. Because again, your brows do shape your face. Just want to emphasize on that, guys, because it will affect everything that you do for your makeup. So, because trust me guys, I was not the best at brows, I will tell you that. The things that I'm warning you guys about right now is what I used to do. Oh my goodness, you guys. Once I learn how to properly do videos, I will definitely upload a picture of my old brows. Okay, they were scary, they were dark, they were, oh my goodness, they were like blocks on my face. Okay, so what I'm telling you guys, it's coming from my heart, so please hear me out, because I don't want you guys to go through that phase. Okay, so right now these brows are way better. Okay, so do listen and follow this. Okay, so yeah, so we are just going to go now to the top of this brow and we are going to start outlining it. So as you guys can see, you guys saw how like I am going just a little bit more above than what the actual brow is, and that is because like let's say like you do want to fill in your brow just like a little bit more, so then you have the capability of doing it. You have the room and everything, but if you feel very confident of how your brow looks, then just go ahead and conceal it away. Okay, you guys, so sorry guys, I told you guys from the start I would be looking back and forth on my mirror and at you guys, so yeah, so bear with me. Okay, you guys, so yeah, so that is how our brows are looking. They are looking fine. Just to tell you guys, they're looking good. They are looking good. They are looking snatched. They are looking better than ever. Oh my goodness, they're looking good. Just kidding, you guys. Well, no, not just kidding, but You guys know what I mean. Anyways, so these are the outcomes of our brows. They're not too dark, as you guys can see. They're not they aren't bulky at all from like the beginning. And also another thing that I really wanted to tell you guys was, when you guys are doing your brows, make sure that this frontal part of your brows looks pretty natural. And that you do kind of like light strokes of hairs as well. Because as I told you guys, from me being traumatized from my black brows, I did not do that. So I would have squares from the beginnings of my brows. Okay, so I don't want that for you guys. So please, 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 please listen to me. And yeah, so our brows are looking really, really good. I'm actually quite impressed. I don't know if it's because I'm doing it in front of a camera that I feel super nervous and I feel like, oh my goodness, I need to do this perfectly. But these, wow, these came out so good. Like, I'm actually even shocked myself because of how good they came out. Okay, so anyways, you guys, we are going to blend out, as you guys can see from the excess concealer that I have had. So we are going to start blending it out. And yes, this is the one that I do blend out my foundation with, and my leftover concealer from my brows. But yeah, and we do have eyelid primer, as well as we do have our translucent face powder. But I do powder my lids just so that they can get that nice smooth base. A lot of people don't really like to do that. I actually just started to do that, but I have seen tremendous changes throughout the way that my makeup has been applying. So I really do appreciate that. So yeah, so we are just going to start to blend away. And if you guys do see any harsh lines in your guys' brows, make sure that you guys just lightly pat them down. Make sure that you guys don't ruin your your brows either, but that you do make sure that they do look pretty snatched up and that they do actually look pretty natural, you guys, even though, you know, we drew them. But yeah, so that is what I am doing right now. I am just making sure that my brows are looking pretty good. Okay, you guys, so that was step number 1 to getting nice looking brows. Oh well. Okay, so now the next step that we are going to be taking is we are going to be doing our face. Oh my goodness, can't believe we're already on our face. Okay, anyways, so we have to prime our face before we put any foundation on it. Okay, so today I will be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Rose 3-in-1 primer water. So it's a prep, set, and refresh. But I usually like this just to prep my face before I do any of like the actual foundation. Kind of went blank. But yeah, so, and it smells so good, you guys. Like, yeah, it smells so good. So we are going to be doing two spritz of it. So let me just do that real quick. It smells so good, you guys. Like, it's incredible. Okay, so you guys, while we wait for that, I will be discussing a little bit more further about what we are going to be doing. So we are going to be using the Tarte foundation and the shade Deep Sand. So let me tell you guys, I used to use a foundation that was way too light for me. It was way too light for me. It was just not my color, and yeah, it just made me look really, really pale. And I'm a pretty dark shade, you guys. I'm a pretty dark shade. So, anyways, so we will be using the e.l.f. lid primer. And then we will also be using the e.l.f. Duo highlighter and under eye concealer. So, I've actually never used the highlighter, but I have used the concealer, and oh my goodness, you guys, is it good? It is good. It is good. Even the e.l.f. eyelid primer, I was kind of doubting it at first, but then I tried it out and I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, it's so good. I was like, why didn't I find out about this earlier? But it's okay though. So that's what we are going to be doing today. So our face has finally set. So let me go in. And the way that I kind of do my foundation, it is a little bit funny because I do like little designs, but it's not that they take so long. But it's just like, I don't know. So you guys will just see. So I do draw a line. I do kind of like a nice mustache here. I do this. And I feel like my foundation does like evenly like apply itself, which is like super weird, but it's like it works for me. I mean, I don't know if it works for any of you guys. But yeah, so this is how I do my foundation. This is how I spread it. It's weird, I know, but it works. So, okay, you guys. So now what we are going to be doing is we are going to be using the top and the bottom of the blending sponge. The reason why I use both parts is because this pointy part, I can use it for close to my eye and also my eyebrow. So it really does help you guys. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be working on this side of my face. I will every once in a while go over here. So we'll just wait and see. I do eventually go down to my neck. Depending on how much product I have, or depending on just how it is in general. So, whoa there. She is full coverage. But yeah, so do I put foundation on my lid? No, I don't. The reason being for why I don't put on eyeshadow on my lid is just because I don't know, like I feel like it's pretty weird to be putting eyeshadow like on your like just basically like on your lid. I feel like it is like super duper weird. But I mean that's just like how I feel though. But I mean, I don't know. Is that how you guys feel too about it? Like when you guys just don't really like use like a lot of it or something. So right now I am basically just patting in all of my foundation. I'm patting it in. But yeah. So we are definitely going to be needing to pat in all of this stuff right here. Oh, and then I go up here. And then I will be just doing this. Okay, you guys. And then let me just go over here. And I will be starting to do this. Okay, you guys. So yeah, so then let me just be able to blend this pretty darn well. Okay, you guys. because we need to get this nicely spread. And as you guys can see, even when my hair is like, it is up, I still kind of do battle it out. I do really like to put it inside of like the nose crease, just so that it doesn't look like it's just on top of my nose, and it's not like just, just on there. But yeah, okay, so now we're going to be going closer to our brows. So I'm just going to be doing this with the point of my little sponge, so as you guys can see. And also, if you still need to carve out your brows, this is like perfect timing to be able to use your excess foundation and just use it to your advantage, you guys, because let me tell you, depending on how you are with your makeup, you might be needing like different moments for it, just depending. But yeah, so that's how it is. And then something that I do like to do is I like to set my whole entire face, just because I feel like even though my foundation is matte, I feel like it will hold a little bit more longer throughout the day. So yeah, and then I do like to put a little bit of foundation onto my lips, but then afterwards I will be needing to wipe it off, just because of the type of gloss that I will be using. But yeah, and right now would be a perfect time to start to put on your chapstick, just so that then when you do put on your gloss, your lips are very hydrated. So let me just swipe that bad boy on. Okay, booyah. And then you guys can just, I don't know what you guys do, smack your lips or whatever, I don't know. So yeah, so that was for our foundation. Wow, my sponge is looking a little bit brutal, but it's okay. So now what we are going to be doing is we are going to be taking our loose face powder, which I use Airspun, which is super duper cool. I've actually only been using it for a little bit now, but it is so cute. I mean, look at that little sponge. Like, it's so cute. It's so soft, you guys. So basically what I'm going to be doing now is I'm just going to be baking my face, and as my face is baking, I'm going to be showing you guys how I prime my lids and everything. And yeah, so we are going to be doing all of that good stuff. Okay, and always using the face loose powder, it's always a little bit of a challenge for me because I do tend to start sneezing. So yeah, so now we are going to get a little bit more because your girl needs it on her forehead, because my forehead tends to be the part where a lot of oils seem to come out throughout the day, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm like, I'm not sweaty, you guys, it's just my oils. So yeah, so we're just going to be doing this, and then I like to fold it up just so that then I could get the middle part of my brow right here, just because it usually doesn't get a lot of my attention. But yeah, and then make sure that the creases between your nose right here does get face powder. Wow. But it smells so good, you guys. Like, not even joking. It smells so good. Like, if this was like a perfume or like a body spray, I would so buy it like all the time. Like, yeah. It's so good. It's like, it's so good. Okay, you guys. So we have our translucent powder on. So your girl's face is baking already. Okay, so we are going to put this away. And now I will get the Balm Elf Eyelid Primer out now. Dun 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 dun. Actually, it goes like this. Okay, so what I will be doing now is, sorry guys, I have to lean forward a little bit. So what I will be doing now is I will taking a little bit of product, so like this, well, basically what the wand gives you, and I will be putting it on my eyelid. So like this. Make sure you guys do get your inner corner, because that is like the part to where it's hard to reach a little bit, but it's a very important part as well. Then make sure to evenly spread out your eyelid primer, because that is very important as well. Okay, you guys, so we do have our eyelid primer on. So now we are going to be using our little brush, this, and we are just going to be patting it on. Actually, you know what? We're going to use a different brush. Okay. So we're going to be using this brush right here. It is from the same collection as this one. So shout out to my sister for getting it for me. But yeah, so we are just going to be doing this. We're just going to be dabbing it, just because so it can get into the skin. It can get in really nicely. Ooh, you guys. Well, that's right. You guys can't feel it, but you can start feeling like the little tackiness of it. But that's good though. Okay, so we are just going to be doing this. Okay. Alright, you guys, she is good. Alright, so I will be using my little blending utensil. And I will be using this Everyday Smoky Eye Palette. I will be using the shade Night, which is this one over here, which is the one that is most used from this palette, as well as the Velvet Brown, which is the second one, but we are going to be going in with this one. So we are going to lightly dab into our palette, and then as you guys can see, we are going to dab off the excess. And then we're just going to nicely, into circular motions, we are going to pack it onto our lid to kind of give it like a little bit more of like a nice little kind of color to our lid, I guess you can say. And we will be going in with the dark one, just very light though. Because again, we don't want it to be like too dark or anything, and so yeah. So we're going to be doing this side. Sorry guys, I'm also looking at my mirror just to make sure. So yeah, so that is good. This is like a very nice powder to use. So yeah, so now that our face has finally baked, we are now going to we are now going to contour, you guys. Okay, so let us contour. So as I was saying, we are going to be using this cream and my Wet n Wild, obviously, my Wet n Wild brush again. So we're just going to be making a marking here. So make sure that it's from like your ear, from the top of your ear all the way down here. So just make sure to follow your cheekbones, just like that. And then you guys can start making like little tiny streaks to kind of get into like that depth. So we're just going to shoop, shoop, and then make sure that the color of your guys' contour isn't like too dark for you, because that again will make you look like a burnt cocoa bean. Okay, you guys, so make sure of that. And now we are also going to apply it to our nose, because our nose needs to be looking like it's snatched. Okay. So as you guys can see, I already drew my lines on my nose. So now I will also be drawing the lines for my jaw. There you go, you guys. Can you guys see that? So I already drew out what I wanted my jaw to look like. And then also as well, I will be applying my concealer. And yeah, so we're just going to be putting in a very nice, generous, nice and generous piece of concealer. So since my forehead, it's pretty small, I don't really need a lot of concealer, so I just put very minimal on there. But yeah, and then for my chin, I don't really necessarily need that, but I will be putting it on just for you guys, just for this video. I'll just be putting very little on there though. So yeah, so now what we are going to do is we are going to blend out our contour here from our neck, our bottom line. And then you guys do want to be able to buff it out. Okay, and then make sure that this gets really nice and blended in. Okay, so there goes that. And then now we are going to be doing the contour of your guys' cheekbones. Okay, guys. So now we are going to be doing our forehead. Which, there you go. That's for my forehead. And now I will be just dabbing into my thing for my under eye concealer. Sorry about that, guys, but I actually do like to get in there pretty darn well. So now I will also be doing it for my nose, because I do need it to be concealed, because you guys, I have a pretty darn big nose, so whatever helps my nose is good. So we're going to be doing that, and then finally we are going to be doing this part. Oh, not finally, not yet. Alright, you guys, and then now we are going to be buffing this out last. And this is our last thing that we need to do. As I told you guys before, I don't necessarily actually put on like any actual like like any highlighter or anything like that. Just because I do always usually get pretty darn scared about always doing my, just always doing all of that stuff. I do get a little bit, scared. So what we are going to be doing next, there goes my phone. Okay, so what we are going to be doing next is we are going to be doing sorry guys, it's acting so weird. Okay, it was fine earlier. I don't get why it's trying to act funny. Oh, and there goes my mirror too. Alright, you guys, anyways, so hopefully that makes it stay. No, yes, no, maybe so, who knows, no. Oh, technical difficulties, you guys. Anyways, so I might need to be holding my phone now. Okay, anyways, you guys, so I guess I had to hold my phone now. So, darn it, I needed to open my phone. Okay, you guys, anyways, so we are going to be opening our translucent powder now from Airspun. So we are going to be now baking our face from here to here, and then also the under eye as well. I will be putting it up to my nose just to kind of help out my contour that I did on my nose. So just give me a quick second and let me open this darn thing. Okay, so cool. So we finally got it open, thankfully. So now what we are going to be doing is we are going to be just placing it right here. As you guys can see, well, you guys can't really see, but let me pour some into the cap. Okay, you guys, so I have put them into the cap. So now what I will be doing is I will be looking at my mirror, and I will be also looking to see what else I can do. So there goes that part, you guys. So let me do that. Ooh, you can see it now. Okay, so I'm going to be doing this part as well. Let me pour a little bit more of my powder in there. Okay, so we finally got our powder all the way out. So now we are just going to be drawing a nice straight line, or as best as to your capabilities that you can draw a straight line. And yeah, because you guys do want your guys' actual thing to show, so I'm going to be redoing this part of my face just so I can